Hello, all my holistic friends. I hope you're having a great day. Today, I am going to go over with you some simple switches that you can make in your life and in your home that can help reduce the toxin exposure in your house. As well as some of these are beauty products too. So what I mean by toxins is that there's so much in our environment, so much that we put on our skin that is bad for us and that can cause problems with our health. So today what I'm going to do is give you some simple switches that you can do in your life that can make hopefully a big difference in your health. So the first thing we're going to talk about is right now as we're recording this, you can see behind me, it is a nice summer day here in Michigan. And so what do you need to do? Apply sunscreen. Well, there are certain sunscreens that are bad for you and bad for the environment. And these are two that I want you to try to remember, that I'd like you to try to remember, called oxybenzone and octinoxate. So oxybenzone is one of the most popular sunscreen ingredients, and it has been shown to be a hormone disruptor. It can actually mimic hormones in the body. Same thing with octinoxate. These are both very, very popular sunscreens, and I would encourage you to try to avoid them in the sunscreens that you use and the ones that you put on your children. On top of that, both oxybenzone and octinoxate, not only are they considered hormone disruptors, but they also are bad for the environment. And people are finding that they can really affect the coral reefs. So let's say you're putting on sunscreen and you go to Miami or you're in Key West or you're in Hawaii, that sunscreen, that octinoxate and that oxybenzone can get into the water and it can actually damage and kill off the coral reefs. And there are many beaches now that are outlawing these ingredients. So oxybenzone, octinoxate, two toxic sunscreen ingredients that you want to avoid. So what do you use instead? The ones that I recommend you use instead are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. These are mineral sunblocks where they sit on the surface of your skin to block the sun's rays. Now, these are the ones that I would recommend that you use on your body. I recommend you use these on your children. So if you're getting sunscreen for your children or sunblock, go with ones that contain zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, and stay away from ones that contain oxybenzone and octinoxate. Well, the problem though with these mineral sunblocks is that they can leave a bit of a whitish hue on your skin. And people don't like that, especially on the face. And so in those situations, I do recommend, if you're looking for a sunscreen for your face, look for something that contains avobenzone. Avobenzone is not the same as oxybenzone. Avobenzone, much safer, not considered a hormone disruptor. The Environmental Working Group gives it a very good rating. And the one that we recommend for my patients right now is this one. It's the ZO Smart Tone. It's a broad spectrum sunscreen SPF. And this is the one that we recommend. Let me just show you here. If you go to the ZO Skincare website, ZO Skin Health, you can get it there. And this one, once again, contains avobenzone. Avobenzone being a safe sunscreen. This goes on nice and dry, doesn't make your face feel all greasy. I can't stand that when you put a sunscreen on, it feels all greasy. So this is the one that we recommend. So once again, that's how you avoid toxic sunscreens. Avoid products that contain oxybenzone and octinoxate. Go for titanium dioxide and zinc oxide on your body. Go for avobenzone on your face, because that's going to, once again, prevent that kind of whitish hue. Well, what are the things that can you do to reduce the toxin exposure in your body? You may have heard that deodorants, now deodorants and antiperspirants are two very different things. Okay, deodorants are any type of a substance that you can put typically on your underarms that can help you to smell better. So go with an organic deodorant, okay? We will post this later, and there is a link here also for some of the products I'm going to talk about today for those of you wondering. But anyways, deodorant, there's a lot of organic deodorants that work great. So if you're just looking for something that'll help you smell better, go for an organic deodorant. Antiperspirants are a whole other story. And the antiperspirants, pretty much all of them that you can buy over the counter, contain aluminum. Now, these aluminum crystals are used to basically clog your sweat ducts. And the reason why these antiperspirants work so well is that you put them in your armpit, and the aluminum then will clog your sweat ducts because it's so tiny and prevent then sweat from coming out of that area. And that's how they basically work. Well, the problem with aluminum is that there are concerns regarding its health, potential health hazards of aluminum. And there are some reports connecting aluminum to even breast cancer. And so for this reason, a lot of my holistic health expert friends have given up on aluminum antiperspirants. But if you go online and you look for a natural non-aluminum antiperspirant, there are none. They just don't exist because aluminum, for some reason, is the only substance that has ever truly been found to work well as an antiperspirant. So pretty much almost all of the natural deodorants are not antiperspirants, they're just deodorants. But if you're like me, and like most people, you sweat in your underarms. So what do? Okay, you've got two options. Well, one option is you can undergo Mira-Dry. Mira-Dry is a procedure that we do in our office utilizing microwave energy that can basically destroy sweat glands. And so for people who have really severe hyperhidrosis, severe excess sweating of the armpits, then Mira-Dry is a great treatment. It works in over 90-95% of people to permanently reduce their sweat, upwards of 85% or more. But this is a real treatment. We do offer it here at our office. We do have to numb up the armpit, so this isn't completely non-invasive, although it's very, very safe. And we do find that the results appear to be permanent in most patients. But what if you don't have access to Mira-Dry? What if you can't afford Mira-Dry? What if you don't want to undergo an actual medical treatment? Well, one thing that I have found that works, and this is the only one that I found that works, this is Piper Way activated charcoal deodorant, okay? This is a deodorant stick that, interestingly enough, I discovered this because I got this for free at the Screen Actors Guild Awards. So they sent it to me for free. It was part of my big gift bag at the Screen Actors Guild Awards. And this is an interesting deodorant stick because it contains activated charcoal. And very interesting, I was reading this, it says the key ingredient in Piper Way is activated charcoal, which neutralizes odor and absorbs moisture without aluminum, parabens, or synthetic fragrances. No stains, no irritation, just clean, fresh pits naturally. And so I started using this. All my life I've used aluminum-based antiperspirants because they're the only ones I found that actually work. And so I started using this, and holy cow, it keeps my armpits dry. Crazy, okay? And I never thought this would work, but the activated charcoal actually works as an antiperspirant to, I guess, maybe sop up the moisture. I have dry armpits now, and I have not, when was the Screen Actors Guild Awards? That was in, I think, January, February. And I started using this after that, and I've been using it ever since then. This one thing has lasted me all this time, and I put it on every morning, almost every morning, and I have dry armpits. So would strongly encourage you, if you're using aluminum-based antiperspirants and you want to avoid the potential toxicities of it, go with Piper Way, okay? If you're wondering how do you get this, this is available on Amazon, and if you see on this post, there is a link there for my Amazon store, and all you do is you click that link and it's going to go to Amazon. You'll find it on my storefront there. I don't sell it. It's just a link so you can buy it from the company, Piper Way. It's a activated charcoal deodorant, and holy crap, it works great as an antiperspirant. Okay, so a couple of things I want to bring up with you that I think are awesome health switches for your home. You probably know by now, because there's been a ton of news about this, Roundup has been labeled as a carcinogen by the World Health Organization. Roundup is what the vast majority of people use to kill weeds in their lawns. But what happens? Okay, Roundup is also used as an herbicide for our produce for food, and the big reason why we recommend eating organic is to avoid this herbicide, the Roundup residues, on conventional fruits and vegetables. But what about those of you who use Roundup to kill weeds around your house? Okay, it works great. I used to use this Roundup, long-term Roundup, where I would literally spray the weeds on our brick pavers, and we would spray the weeds on our brick pavers, and the darn thing, it would last, I swear to God, 3 to 4 months, the results from this Roundup. It was crazy. But the problem is that Roundup is toxic for you. And so, this is something where even if you're just putting it on your brick pavers, if you've got dogs like I do, I have 3 rescue dogs, they're going to get it on their feet and they're going to bring it into your house. And do you want this Roundup being tracked into your house on your shoes, on your pet's feet? No, you don't. So how do you avoid it, and how do you kill your weeds? Well, if you go on this post, you'll see down there, there's a link to my Amazon store, and you can buy something called Dr. Kirschner's Natural Weed Killer. And it's this big tub that you can buy. It's not cheap, unfortunately, but I started using this because it's an all-natural, it's vinegar-based, it's like vinegar and salt water-based mixture that you don't even have to dilute it. You just pour it into your, let's say, gallon sprayer, and you can spray your weeds with it, and within like 2 or 3 days, those weeds are freaking dead. And it works really, really well. Now, I know of a lot of people who've tried spraying their weeds with vinegar mixtures and this and that, and it doesn't seem to work. This stuff will freaking kill your weeds. And so I've been using this, and I spray lately. I've been doing once a month, okay? Unfortunately, it doesn't last the 3 to 4 months of toxic Roundup. But once again, if you try the Dr. Kirschner's, this stuff really works, and what I'm doing is spraying once a month. It's completely safe for your kids, safe for your pets. Once again, there's a link to the my Amazon influencer store here if you want to take a peek at it. It's not cheap. I think a bottle of it is almost $70 for several gallons. It will cover a good amount of space, but it really works, and it's worth it to avoid exposing your family, yourself, even your pets to toxic Roundup and glyphosate, okay? So check that out. I would show it to you here, but it's such a huge thing, not worth showing it to you. A final tip I'd like to give to you today, something that I've been doing the last couple years that has really worked well. So I have 3 senior rescue dogs. Luckily, they're small, but these dogs poop at least once a day. So what do? It's not an issue in the wintertime, but in the summer, we have all these biodegradable little bags of dog poop, and we put them in our garbage can. And gosh darn it, that starts to smell pretty darn quickly. And you got a hot summer day, and now we've got flies buzzing around. And I swear to God, there's nothing worse than picking up the lid to your garbage can and seeing all these squiggly maggots falling off of it, okay? You've been there, I've been there. It's really, really gross. So what can you do, okay? In the past, I have tried doing stuff like spraying Raid insect killer around it. That can kill the maggots and hopefully prevent the flies from coming in. But it smells terrible, and God knows that is not good for you to be spraying that stuff around your house and breathing that stuff in. So here's a cool little health tip hack for you. If you've got dogs like I do, if you've got some stinky garbage and it's getting hot outside, what can you do? Use a peppermint essential oil, okay? Peppermint essential oil is a great way to repel flies. So all you do is you take this peppermint essential oil, and you don't even have to buy an expensive one. Get a relatively cheap one, okay? And once again, I've got on my Amazon store, I put one just for you there. I think it's like 11 or 12 bucks. What you do is you sprinkle the peppermint essential oil around the edge of your garbage can, and even sprinkle it on top of the garbage can, and feel free to just sprinkle it on the inside too. Because it's peppermint, it doesn't smell anywhere near as bad as insect killer, and because it's peppermint essential oil, for some reason, the flies don't like it, and it repels the flies. So this is a great way, if you've got stinky garbage and you don't want to deal with flies and maggots, sprinkle peppermint essential oil around it, and it will repel them and it works really, really well. Now, sometimes you have to do it every day, but it really does work well. It doesn't kill necessarily maggots, so if you've got maggots already in your garbage, that's probably not going to kill them, but it can really help prevent flies from circling around and getting into your garbage and stuff. So those are just some quick, healthy tips. I'm going to answer some questions here in just a minute, so I know some of you have left questions there. So just to recap, here is the ZO Skin Health, avobenzone, zinc oxide, and titanium dioxide for sunscreens. You can get this on the ZO Skin Health website. This is a great one for the face. For the body, just look at the ingredients, look for zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, avoid oxybenzone, and avoid octinoxate. So that's what you want to do for sunscreen. If you've got wet armpits and you want to avoid aluminum, check out Piper Way activated charcoal deodorant. And I swear to God, this works as a great antiperspirant. It's worked fantastic for me over the last several months. And props to the Screen Actors Guild for giving this to me for free. And once again, it's been lasting me all this time. I think I started using it in February. Check out Dr. Kirshner's Natural Weed Killer. Avoid Roundup. Use the natural stuff. Good for your family. Good for your pets. And then once again, to repel flies, try the peppermint essential oil, dripping it around your garbage cans. Okay, so we've got some messages here. So Love by the Moon says good morning. Good morning, Love by the Moon. Oh geez, I'm not going to remember this. Hopefully you post this video afterwards. It is definitely going to be here on YouTube. And hi to Anna from Philippines. Robin Welch says good morning. Good morning, Robin. Nana says hello. This is the first time on time for a live. Thank you for joining me today. Hello to Ashley. Ashley says it's great to see Piper Way works. Ashley's so funny. Most of my friends who use natural deodorant smell like a dirty foot. So the Piper Way has a very mild scent to it. So for those of you who are real sensitive to it, it really has a very, very mild scent. Celeste says, regarding sunblock, isn't some daily unprotected sun for at least a half hour good and necessary for sufficient vitamin D? Celeste, this is an awesome question because there are dermatologists who will tell you don't get any sun at all. And there are natural physicians who will recommend it's good to get out there and get some sun. I think with like a lot of things, it probably is, it's best in moderation, of course. I don't think it's realistic not to get any sun. And just like you said, vitamin D, super important for your health, super important to boost your immune system. Your body synthesizes vitamin D by utilizing basically exposure to the sun. My opinion is go out there, get a bit of sun. A half hour of exposed skin may be a bit much, especially if you're in real hot climates, you're in high elevations, you're getting sun damage from that. So use your judgment. You know, there is something therapeutic for just going outside and getting some sun on your face, okay? So use your judgment. Ideally, try to wear sunscreen most of the time. And definitely if you're out there for a long period of time, you got to use sunscreen and sunblock, okay? And then if you can, try to take a vitamin D supplement. That's something I definitely recommend. Even if you're getting sun, even if you're in sunny areas, still is something important. All right, so Nana says, I use glycolic acid toner from The Ordinary as an antiperspirant. Never heard of that. Rinchula says, hi to you. Love by the Moon says she lives in Michigan, the gloomy state. Oh, come on, it's like a beautiful day today. It's a nice day. All right, Robin says, I can lick anyone with a Young Living natural deodorant. Smells awesome. Charcoal as well. I detoxified with peroxide to rid aluminum prior to starting natural. Anna says, what are the benefits of skin boosters? I guess I need a little more of a specific question to that. There's so many boosters out there. Love by the Moon, I need organic cosmetic help to anti-age. I'm a late starter. Any suggestions? So as far as help to anti-age, I mean, we've got a ton of stuff here on this YouTube channel, so I would encourage you just go back and see some of the videos because I try to give as much information as possible. Celeste, do you have any questions regarding mosquitoes? You know, one thing that's kind of interesting that we are going to do, my family, we bought a house on a lake this year, and it's in Brighton, Michigan, which is a small town just outside of the Metro Detroit area. And my concern is with the kids and people running in and out of the house in the evening, is our house going to be filled with mosquitoes? And so one thing that we're going to try is we've got this floor fan that you can angle to point up. And so we're going to have this fan pointing and on towards the door. And so when people come in and out, hopefully the air is going to actually push the mosquitoes and prevent them from coming in. So simple little hack. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it does. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for leaving these nice comments. Feel free also to share your suggestions of these natural hacks to improve your health and to prevent toxic exposure. If you like this video, please click like, please share it, and subscribe because that helps us to get the word out there. So my name is Dr. Anthony Youn, America's Holistic Beauty Doc. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you can subscribe, like this video, there'll be more coming up. I got some really cool stuff coming to show you in the very, very near future. Have a great day, everybody. Great seeing you.